did either of you get the scripts this morning?
No, they haven't come
No.
in yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are the writers? Cordell?
I don't know. I just went back into the room where they sleep and they're all gone. And on their little like burner stove I gave them, they left a note that says, "We hate you and give us more money."
But we give them the good beans.
Yeah, like we didn't even give them money. I don't know why they want more of nothing.
I gave them 2 cans of beans last week. There's
You gave
only
them the good shit, right?
There's
The
only
premium
30
beans?
of them for this show. They only
They're
need 2
being
cans of beans.
selfish.
Beans.
Being selfish. We don't need writer. That was a good joke.
Yeah. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say.
Exactly. That's the problem.
I don't think we need writers to introduce the junk house.
This show has been pre-written for almost a year.
Yeah.
I guess this is a new era.
Nothing we have ever said has been off the cuff or on the spot. Like, it has all been perfectly scripted. That's not who I am in normal life. And now I don't know how to be that man.
So I guess welcome to Junk House.
It's a psychobilly freakout!
Hey guys, welcome. Did you like that? Do you like our bits? Wait, that's
You want
inappropriate.
my bits?
We've
You
got
want my
good,
bits?
we've got good bits, and we're also pro-union, so we definitely
Yeah,
support
shout
the
out
writer's
writer's
strike. Shout out
Love you
writer's strike
guys.
for real.
Like, keep striking, get your cheddar. Like, you deserve it. The industry employs thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Based on your words, you deserve more money and royalties.
True, amen on God, Jesus Christ, for real, on God.
For real.
For real, for just a minute, do you know how absurd it is that, like, as a writer, like, do you know when a script writer, like, sells their script, it is just completely not theirs anymore?
Yeah.
Like, they get their name as a writer, but they have no further say in any capacity, and they get the one-time payment for it. And that's that.
on
it's
the
real
rare
dookie.
condition, on a rare condition, the director might have the writer there, but that is maybe
Yeah.
once in a blue moon.
It's absolute.
It's just wild.
It's dog shit. I don't like.
Is dog shit.
Well,
But you know what's not dog shit?
it's not dog shit as far as we know. We're recording this on Wednesday, because we normally do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. But as you're listening to this, you're living in a world that I'm completely jealous of. A world where Tears of the Kingdom is a reality and not just a
Legends.
dream.
The Legends
And
of
also,
Zelda are
we
alive.
know that you'll be doing your normal Friday routine. At some point in the day, you hop on your Legend of Zelda game of choice and you play the junk house. And we know that's how you spend your time. And so hopefully you're listening to this while playing Tears of the Kingdom and that sick saxophone isn't drowning us out.
Yeah, you're pausing us every time a cutscene comes up so you can get fully immersed, but you're playing us right back. So welcome back.
So
Thanks
welcome
for
back.
starting us up again.
Welcome back. I hope we're able to find Zelda. I hope we're able to find her again.
And that's why we're here today. We want to just continue the Zelda love. While you're playing Zelda, might as well talk about a little Zelda.
Yeah, I want to, because like I know I obviously I know I am a very, very big Zelda fan. I know you two are fans of the franchise as well.
True.
What was your first Zelda game?
Ooh. So
Wind Waker.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Me playing or just I have an association with?
I think you playing, because I think having an association with the game, it's a Wind Waker for me, but playing, it's Twilight Princess for me.
The reason I ask is I remember watching my second cousin who came to visit like the first house I ever lived in and
Mhm.
him playing Ocarina of Time. And me
Hell
and my
yeah.
older brother were just sitting on my mom's bed watching like, whoa, we can never do this. But the first one I ever played was probably, honestly, I think it was Majora's Mask. I don't think I beat it, but that was the first one I remember actually playing.
Such a good game.
Incredible game.
Such a good game.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was just Wind Waker. Like, my brother played it. I played it a little bit. I was very, very bad at it, but I played it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to play Wind Waker until the remake. That was when I fully.
The remake is the superior way to play it because you don't have to find like 30 pieces of the Triforce. You just have to find 3, I think.
Yeah.
It might be 7. One of those 2.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8.
I still have it on the GameCube, and as such, might play it relatively soon.
Do it. I recently was talking with my friend and also friend of the show, Riley, kind of recently, and we were talking about how excited we were for Tears of the Kingdom, and then I was like, yeah, my first one was Twilight Princess, fell in love with it, played it on the Wii. I've been looking forever to buy a Wii off of somebody to play it again.
Ooh.
And he said, I won't let you buy it, but I have a Wii, and if you want to borrow it, it's yours.
Oh, snap.
Yo.
And I said, shit, dog. And I instantly went and bought a copy of Twilight Princess for the Wii, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
I acquired my GameCube through unlikely paths as well. Cause like I had a GameCube growing up. We had a couple, I think, over the course of childhood. One of those like parents got us a GameCube, and then either that GameCube malfunctioned or they forgot they got us a GameCube, and then like next Christmas, like, yo, here's a GameCube.
Okay, dope.
Now we can play in 2 rooms. But all of our GameCubes from childhood have like malfunctioned in some way and like aren't consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Then my friend, like, I'm over at his apartment one time, like a year, 2 years ago at this point, and he's like, I'm like, yo, that's a GameCube. You have Frogger? I love Frogger. And he's like, yeah, I've got Frogger. So he comes over, brings his GameCube. We play a little bit of Frogger, and I'm like, can I borrow it? And he was like, yeah, keep playing Frogger. And then he was like, I actually never play it. If you want it, take it and like give me $50 later. And I was like, you sure? And he's like, yeah, all the games too. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah.
Damn. So you just have one now?
Yeah, just chilling with the GameCube, and it's pretty legit. It is so frustrating to play any like non-turn-based game because like, man, are these controls a little wild. And it's a little laggy. You'll go to hop on a platform and then suddenly you're falling through it. What a wonderful system.
I've been playing ROMs recently of some childhood GameCube games, and yeah, that's like there's a ninja game where you can run on the wall and you have to like hold your control stick away from the wall you want to run on. It's just weird.
Yeah. I adore the GameCube. I think it is incredible.
I still have mine. The only issue with that one is the laser, the reader doesn't work, so I got to get that repaired.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on with ours, because you'd put it in, the disc would spin, and nothing would happen. And then the leaf blowers are outside. You know,
leaf blowers. But it's funny that I talked about my GameCube, because that GameCube, the Christmas I got it, there's like a famous in our family video recording, because I got that GameCube, got Twilight Princess like GameCube skin to put on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Got the actual game, and the video is I think my mom was like, look over there, look over there. And I just go, Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda. And was like screaming and was so excited. At one point, my older brother was like, stop! What are you doing? Shut up!
I really love that. That's so great. I wish I could see that video.
Yeah,
That's so
I'll have to
good.
see if I can find it digitized, and because I think we did put it on a DVD or something at some point.
Hell yes. Yeah, so here my Legend of Zelda stories, I went to Hastings in Searcy, Arkansas.
Oh my god, I worked there for like a year.
I remember because I actually bought my first podcasting microphone from you at Hastings.
Yes.
Yeah.
For us to do our movie thing, right? Or was
our original idea of I think it was called Three Guys in a Couch. I think that was our name.
I think so, because it was me, you, and Ronnie, our friend.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
And we talked about Alien.
Fucking
We probably
wild.
talked about it on Junk House before, but okay, sorry. Continue.
And I was like, there was one copy of Twilight Princess left in the whole store, and I really wanted it, but this old man had it in his hand, like looking at it. And then I was kind of like,
kill him?
No, I was like snooping around, looking at it and looking at some other stuff. And then this old man was like, do you think my son would like this game? And I said, no, I don't think he would. And then he put it back, and then I grabbed it and bought it.
Hell yes.
Incredible.
Did you do it in full sight of him? Like, did he see you?
Yeah, I felt like he put it down and like kind of walked away, but like could definitely still see me. And then I grabbed it and just walked to the checkout.
Yeah.
You didn't even wait. You didn't give it like a
God,
courtese. You didn't pretend like loop the aisle. You were
I
like
was
8.
like 12. Like I did not get to play video games until way later in life.
Okay, because I was like, Twilight Princess came out in 06.
Yeah, the one that I had was the Twilight Princess Nintendo Game of the Year edition.
Yo.
Which was $20 at the time. So that means it had been out for a couple years.
And that's the weird thing with those Game of the Year. It didn't have any DLC or anything, so it was just like, we're just gonna put a little stamp on it.
Yeah, it was literally just like, we're going to put a red border around the game, put a little stamp on it, and we're good.
It looks nice. It's great.
It's good. That's like why I got like Pikmin originally. It's because it had the Nintendo Game of the Year stamp. And I was like, Twilight Princess had that, and it was a good game. This will be a good game.
I love that.
But yeah, Twilight Princess, incredible, beautiful game.
We did the tier list when it was just me and Caleb.
Yeah.
And so everyone knows that is both of our... Oh, excuse me. Let me take that again. And so everyone knows that is our favorite game, Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Them leaf blowers being assholes.
They're like looping. They're coming back.
Yeah.
Like they passed and then came back through, and I'm just scared they're gonna be like,
See, what the listeners are getting
the podcast
is the Doppler effect in action.
Yeah, this is Cordell's Science Corner. This is the Doppler effect.
A remnant from Just Super.
Dude, it is
God.
Just lunacy. Lunacy that these leaf blowers can do that while American citizens are making a podcast.
On God, Jesus Christ, for real.
Like the nerve. They're back!
We're just trying to talk about Zelda, you fucking leaf blowers. I want to know what's Cordell's favorite.
Yeah, I want to know Cordell's favorite Zelda game.
Push through the leaf blowers.
Can you hear it? You don't want this audio. Wow. This is bad.
No, I mean, this is probably the first time the listeners are hearing it because I'm probably going to cut it out.
This is really not good radio.
Oh my God.
No,
we might need to throw you in the closet. No, I'm kidding.
No.
This is honestly incredible.
See, but what the listeners don't know is this is a audio from the gust bellower from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Ooh, there we go. There's the sound effects.
Yeah. So
yeah.
this is, which was pretty low rated on our list, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
Was not I still don't like it. Nintendo needs to stay away from motion controls. It's always the worst part of the game.
For real. Oh,
I just
my
randomly
God.
just hear revving in the background for Cordell. And it's
There's a little bit of a beauty to it because they harmonize with each other, and I like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I hate it, and I want to die.
Yeah. I just for fun, just for you guys entertainment,
They might be moving on, so we'll see.
went to a website that I very much dislike, but it is a good way to source older video games. It is dkoldies.com.
I've never heard of it.
DK Oldies, they price gouge the hell out of their games. And
is
they
it
have
you can buy. Old
yeah,
games?
you can buy older games and older systems.
Do they function?
Most of the time. That's their other problem. But I bought Twilight Princess from there because it was $20 to buy it, and I was like, you know what, that's about as good of a price as I get it anywhere else for the Wii. For the Nintendo GameCube Twilight Princess, I think Sammy just looked at the price.
Well, this was a different game, but
for the Nintendo GameCube Twilight Princess, Cordell, would you like to venture a guess at how much you would need to spend to get a copy? Because I thought about buying it for you for your GameCube.
$100.
Sammy, would you like to venture a guess?
I'm gonna say here's my context. My face I made was seeing that Pokemon Emerald was
Nice, good game.
between $230 and $340. So I'm gonna say Twilight Princess for the GameCube is like $400.
Not quite that much. For a copy of Twilight Princess with the game case and original manual,
Okay.
$199.
Oh,
That's
damn.
a lot of dollars.
Pokemon more
For
expensive.
just the game without the case or the manual, $159.
Now, that feels like too much. Is it too much?
Not okay. Twilight Princess for the GameCube is not an exceeding. It's not like a rare game, but it is kind of rare these days. Because most people played it on the Wii.
Not the GameCube.
Not the GameCube.
Yeah.
And so not a lot of copies exist,
The
unfortunately.
James Cube.
The James.
Also just a fun fact
Play the James.
about Twilight Princess on the GameCube and the Wii. Twilight Princess in general is the reason why Link is right-handed now and not left.
Why?
Because on the GameCube version, he is left-handed, as he has been since the beginning. But putting it on the Wii, when they made it with motion controls, the Wii remote was in your right hand, and that's what you used to control the sword. So they just took the game and mirror imaged the whole game.
Incredible.
Yep. It's pretty good. It's pretty love. It's pretty tight.
It is
Pretty
an
sweet.
incredible game. Love it.
I loved the Wii. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But I hated how many games used motion control. Because one, it was clunky in the day. Like, yay, new technology. Don't do this to me. But two, the like frustration of trying to play Skyward Sword, where the game was like, no, you got to wiggle the control stick and you got to wiggle it right, or else it's not going to
Good and
work.
right.
Like, you got to wiggle it perfectly, or don't even play. Like, I don't understand who had that idea. And I don't like it, and I want to have some words with them.
What word do you want to say to them?
Hey, don't do that.
So the main producer of the Legend of Zelda series since I think just after Ocarina of Time is Eiji Aonuma. So he was heavily involved with Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
He's my enemy, I guess.
Yeah. He would be your enemy.
I could deal with
that Cordell, you just said the perfect words for a perfect segue into my new game. Guess this boss. So I got a list of all the bosses in all of the Zelda games. I'm going to say some of their names, and you're going to have to guess which game they come from. Okay, are we ready? How about this? We'll let you work together, because this is kind of a test of Caleb's encyclopedic knowledge of Zelda. So you guys ain't going against each other. You're together.
Okay, and when you say bosses, you mean like named bosses, or are you counting like
Named
overworld?
bosses.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, how about we're starting with an easy one. King Dodongo.
I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose this game.
King Dodongo is from Ocarina of Time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Were you going to say more? You kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about whether I wanted to like blast with the lore behind King Dodongo, but I'll refrain.
I mean, might as
gentle
well.
blasting.
Yeah,
give me a gentle
blast.
lore blast.
So King Dodongo lives within the Death Mountain region, and here's the thing: it's just Nintendo knew how to animate dinosaurs, and so they kind of made a fire-breathing dinosaur, and that was King Dodongo.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I mean, from the old games, some of the there's just basic dinosaurs as your enemy.
Yeah, some of the bosses are just, what can we animate right now? A hand
with 3 heads? Cool.
I believe you're referencing Gleeok with a dragon with 3 heads.
Ooh.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god. All right, how about this one? Knuckle Master.
That's what they called me in high school.
Oh god. Okay, so this one's interesting because Knuckles are a fairly common enemy within some of the like earlier Zelda games. I think Knuckle Master was Wind Waker though, if I'm remembering correctly. Or it may be one of the ones that I have not played as much.
Is that your final answer?
That's gonna be my final answer, yeah.
Okay, that is incorrect, sadly. It was A Link Between Worlds.
I never got to play that one, unfortunately.
Could you be a little bit better at this game, Caleb? You're embarrassing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, A Link Between Worlds, that was the 3DS, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, that was the one where you could become flat on the wall. You could become cave paintings, basically.
It was Paper Mario.
Yeah. It was a good game. My brother played that one. I never really got to, unfortunately.
I'm gonna answer the next one. Calling it right now.
Okay.
Corner pocket.
Okay.
I'm doing.
I'm gonna let you go first on the next one.
I'm gonna answer it and I'm gonna get it right. Don't give me an easy one. Just go, send it.
Tantalus.
That's from Wind Waker.
Is that Caleb? Do you have an answer?
Tantalus or Tantalus, depending on how you want to pronounce it, is of course the main boss from the Lanayru sand ship of Skyward Sword, which was one of the biggest letdowns from a boss, but one of the best dungeons of all time.
Correct.
And as everyone knows, Skyward Sword technically takes place inside the cartridge for Wind Waker.
Yeah. How about this one, Cordell? You can answer this
Yeah,
one.
Cordell gets to go first. Just to
Puppet Ganon.
From Legend of Zelda Fun with Puppets. I don't know.
it's Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
It's Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Ah!
Okay, one more, and then we'll move on. How about this one? Big Octorok. Big Octorok. Big.
Cordell, you have a pun. I feel like
Spirit Tracks.
that is a game.
Caleb?
Okay. So it's tricky because there's a mini boss in Ocarina of Time that is a big Octorok.
Okay.
But I think
this is not a game of mini bosses.
this is not but
This ain't no mini boss game.
I think the only other game I know off the top of my head that has a big Octorok, I think in the game they call it Giant Octorok, but that'd be Minish Cap.
Correct. It is called Big Octorok, though.
Okay. I was like, I played it recently and could not quite. That's right, because you go small in that game. How do I know this, Cordell? Because I used to read Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia to go to sleep.
Why?
Because it's
cool.
a good book.
It is cool. Dang it. The thing is, I'm only upset because this isn't my wheel of knowledge. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all like, yeah, Caleb, this is fun and cool and hot and sexy. Get it? And at the same breath, I'm like, I hate you, Caleb, and you're selfish and bad.
I mean,
and
here's the
that's
thing.
my insecurities here.
But
I
you're
think,
on the
like,
same
if-
team.
It'd
But I'm
be
bad
like,
at it.
I think it would be similar if we did actual Magic content because Cordell's knowledge of Magic is like Magic the Gathering is so superior to mine. It
it's
would
funny
be
'cause-
a beat down.
Because, like, Caleb knows more lore stuff because Caleb's a big lore fan.
Yeah.
Whereas
Caleb's a
I
lore
know
head.
more just like, here's how the game works stuff.
Yeah.
So
Like
it's neat,
Cordell
it's
can
neat.
tell you about stuff like layering and whatever the fuck it's called when it's like technically because this card is on the table, this card doesn't work even though they both work at the same time.
Yeah. Layering
Yeah.
is what it's called when you push two penises together and you like overlap foreskin.
And it's called an Oreo when you put some cream in the middle.
Oh, cream will get in the middle.
Yeah, and then it's called an Oreo.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Anyway,
But we're talking about Legend of Zelda.
I
We have fun here.
we have fun here. We have fun here.
yeah, no, the Legend of Zelda lore just fascinates me because it kind of, as much as I love it, it's also bullshit.
Yeah, it really seems like every
Yeah.
game they just invent a new way it's all connected and a new thing, and they just like slap it in there and let fans slobber all over it.
So, well, here's the here's the truth of it. You're not wrong. But Breath of the Wild marks the end of timelines as we know it. Kind of like their excuse is like Breath of the Wild is so far after all of Hyrule that it like doesn't really belong to any of the timelines because it's like thousands and thousands of years after Hyrule is still ancient history for Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Were there any pre-Breath of the Wild games that were after Hyrule? Because it seems like there were plenty that were like before
It
Hyrule.
depends. There are like technically there's only one pre-Hyrule because Skyward Sword takes place before Hyrule's founded, and the Zelda in that game is actually the founder of Hyrule.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on how you think about Hyrule. If you're just talking about it as a nation, Wind Waker takes place post Hyrule because Ganon threatens to return. Like, there's a whole thing of like, is Ganon going to come back? And so the seven sages flood Hyrule and create the Great Sea. And that's how the islands appear. That's like literally the mountaintops of Hyrule.
What?
Yeah. So,
And the birds used to be Zora.
the birds were the Zora. Yeah, the Rito evolved from the Zora.
What?
Yeah, so that takes place
Isn't
in the
badass?
adult timeline of the hero is triumphant. So, Link in Ocarina of Time, Link defeats
Ganon.
Link defeats
Ganondorf.
Ganon and then continues to stay an adult instead of going back in time.
Yeah.
So he continues to stay an adult and lives out the rest of his life. Fun and good and fine and fun. Then these people decide that they're like, we don't like the king, so let's resurrect Ganon. So they resurrect Ganon, and the seven sages literally put a bubble over Hyrule, like Castle and Castletown specifically, and flood the rest of the world.
So Castle and Castletown are underwater?
Mm-hmm. That's why, they're in like a little bubble. And so that's why at the end of Wind Waker, like it's flooding, is because Link and Zelda break the bubble to just kill Ganondorf and finish it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So then you have the era of the Great Sea where you have Link and Zelda, who's also, I'm spacing on her pirate name, but is also
it
a
Sheik?
pirate. No.
No.
But
Good one.
close.
You
Zelda
both
is kind of also Sheik.
You both said that like I was the biggest dummy, but that was my real guess.
No,
Who's
no,
Sheik
no, no.
then?
Oh, I thought you were.
Sheik is Zelda after she went under the protection of Impa in the 7 years that Link was in stasis in Ocarina of Time.
What's her name? Tetra.
Tetra. Yeah. Tetra, like the Pirate Queen, is also Zelda because Zelda is not really, it's just a reincarnation
Also
of the
known
spirit
as
of Hylia.
Dazzle,
Yeah.
which is a anagram of Zelda.
Wait,
Anagram? No.
she's Zelda?
Yeah. So, how do I put this in a way that makes it make sense? Going back to Skyward Sword, briefly. At the end of Skyward Sword, you have Demise, who is the villain of Skyward Sword. And he
Big
says,
jerk.
he monologues about how Link has supposedly defeated him, but he will curse Hyrule to an endless cycle where him, Link, and the princess will be reborn and reincarnated for eternity, always fighting the same battle.
And so, Brett, so Skyward Sword is like the first Zelda game chronologically because it sets off every other game.
It sets off everything. Yeah. So Link will always be the hero. He is the one that will fight Ganon. Zelda will always be reborn. And Zelda is also an incarnation of Hylia, who is the god that the other three gods created to watch over the land, since they cannot interfere directly.
It's okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And
And
so
then
Demise and Ganon are the Triforce of Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Why is everything in the sky in Skyward Sword? What happened to the ground?
Good question. So, a long time ago, before Skyward Sword,
In the beginning.
everyone was on the ground.
Classic. Just like now. For real.
Demise back then tried to rise up. Hylia was still active in the land and like guarding the people. Hylia gathered an army and they put Demise into this like sacred spot and then sealed him there. And they were like, okay, he's done with, but to be safe, Hylia took the Hylians, which were like the humanish people, and put them in the sky to guard the Triforce, which is like the sacred emblem of Hyrule.
Yeah. Cast.
So that's why they're all in the sky. Yeah. If you're found pure of heart and contain all three elements of the Triforce, which is wisdom, courage, and power, you are able to wield it for a bit and you can make a wish.
So for Tears of the Kingdom, do you think it's a similar reason things are in the sky now?
My theory, and I've talked with my brother about this, and he kind of agrees with me, and my brother is just as much of a Zelda expert, if not more than I am.
Wow.
So Breath of the Wild kind of breaks the cycle, and we see like, hey, there's like references to the Seven Sages. There's references to the Triforce. We don't really see either of them. So, yeah. So our thought is that we've seen in promotional materials that there are 7 of these tiers, quote unquote, or whatever we want to call them. So we think that part of Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a refounding of the 7 sages and kind of like restarting and actually ending everything. And actually killing Ganondorf, actually ending the cycle.
But then there's no more Zelda games.
That's why it's Tears of the Kingdom. Some of the kingdom is us.
Crying
that there's
now,
no more Zelda.
as to why there are people in the sky and the Sky Islands are there, that has to do with in the Zelda games, they set up this thing called the Zonai tribe, which is just like this tribe of ancient people that had all this architecture, no trace of them. So my working theory is that the Zonai tribe are the same as in Twilight Princess. You get the Twilight, who were the interlopers before they were the Twilight. And I think the Zonai are the Twilight because their magic is kind of a similar color. They are both kind of referenced as being abandoned and leaving. The Twilight went to the Twilight Realm. I think the Zonai literally said, fuck this, and went up above what is the cloud barrier. And we see the cloud barrier in Breath of the Wild because if you look around the map at night, there are 3 dragons that fly around and then they go up to the sky and disappear. And if you're close enough to them as they do that, you literally see them breach and a hole forms in the clouds and they travel up through and it seals back behind them.
So Hyrule is flat?
Flat Earth confirmed.
Flat Hyrule? I'm just kidding. We can continue.
Yeah.
So if they actually break this cycle, like for realsies this time, and we're done with Ganon, do you think there's enough like lore and things with the Zonai and their magic and technology that they could continue the series in a new direction? Just kind of like essentially using Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess to like cinch everything before and start almost like a new. But then it wouldn't really be Legend of Zelda anymore, would it? Like, it'd be a whole different thing in the same continuity.
So, you bring up an interesting point. We don't know if there's enough lore about the Zonai, because a lot of that lore is probably going to come in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because right now, all we have are theories, nothing official. But think about it this way, Cordell. Just recently in Magic the Gathering, we had the end of an arc that has been going since 1993 with the Phyrexian arc.
Yeah.
Do you think there's enough stuff other places that will be okay, Magic story wise?
Yeah, you're right. It's just like Magic is still going to be Magic. Like there's still 5 colors of mana. But like if the whole series is Legend of Zelda, implying that it's really about like the continual reincarnation cycle that they're stuck in, then what happens when Zelda is no longer reincarnating? Like I'm simply saying that like from a perspective of if this ends the cycle for good, for realsies, how does the title remain applicable if they move forward? Because they will.
I'll be honest, as much as I love the series, if this is the end of it, I'm fine.
I love you for that.
So that is what my whole stance is like, if this is the end, this is the end.
Big agree. If they make some like Legends of Hyrule like sequel series and just move on and tell whatever stories they want in the like new continuity,
yeah, hell yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Do what they're doing with Pokemon of like being like, "Hey Ash, you were the greatest. See ya, new hero."
Yeah.
This gets into an overall pet peeve / belief of mine that the best stories know when they're done. And that like the true bane of most storytelling and most writers and also of like capitalistic storytelling, to be a little honest. I don't like throwing that out there, but it's real here. Is the inability to let a story be done when it is meant to be done.
Yeah.
Like Guardians 3, non-spoiler. This movie ends with a really, really, really beautiful like end point. Like if they never showed any of the characters again, I would be content because of how it ended. And then it's got that beautiful ending, and at the end of the credits, it's like, Star-Lord will be back again. And I was like, I hate you.
Okay,
like just like if now granted, if it's some like, oh, the multiverse is in danger, fine, go help save it. But like, I don't want any more movies about these people. Like, I don't want them to keep doing it. If they want to make a new Guardians team and do whatever, that's fine. But like, it's the issue with comics. It's the issues with long-running franchises. It's the issue with so many TV shows. Like, how many TV shows do you hear, you should have, watch till season 6 and then give up because it's bad after that. Because the story was over. There's a reason
jumping the shark is a term.
Yeah. Also, just because you brought up Marvel, and not to completely change topics, but also to completely change topics.
We've been on Zelda for a while.
We've been on Zelda for a bit. I feel like we can.
Bit of Marvel in the end here.
Jonathan Majors being kicked out of the MCU completely is so weird and so good. Sammy, have you been caught up on this?
No.
So they set up Jonathan Majors to be Kang.
Next.
Jonathan Majors is currently in court for a domestic violence law, or like a domestic violence case. So Marvel said, we're done with you. Cancel all your contracts. We're not dealing with it.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Which 100% props to Marvel for being like, domestic abuser. We're not dealing with you. Fuck it. We're not dealing with it.
I will say, Kang is the perfect character for this to happen to.
Yeah, because there are so many versions of it.
Yeah, because Kang's whole thing is, I'm multiversal. I span everywhere. Like it's basically the Rick and Morty Citadel, except for Kang. So all they have to do is bring in a new actor, be like, oh yeah, I'm another alternate Kang. And then I think from there, their bit should be that the Kangs aren't all the same. Cause I haven't seen Quantumania. I'll see it when it streams, but they've shown clips of Kang, a stadium full of Kangs, and they're all Jonathan Majors. I think what they need to do is if they reveal that this Kang looks different, every Kang needs to be unique visually from now on in order to sell it.
Have I told you? So what I was going to say is there was a tweet that I saw the other day that I loved, which it was Kevin Feige, after the reception for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, is going to try and find a way to make Chukwudi Iwuji be the new Kang,
Yeah.
who plays the villain. And I'm 100% in support because that man acted his ass off.
He did a really, really good job.
But yeah, I just, it's just so funny. And I think it also shows like a good direction for Hollywood of it. Instead of being like, this person's a convicted domestic abuser, but the people love him. Instead, they're being like, this person's a convicted domestic abuser. Bye.
Well, this person is credibly accused of domestic abuse, like technically, legally, not been convicted.
Not been convicted.
However,
CNN as well.
Yeah. Like, however, part of me wonders if this isn't just like one, it's the right thing to do. But I don't assume corporations just do the right thing very often. I think it's a genius PR move because they saw the reaction to Ezra Miller and The Flash.
Yes.
Because Ezra Miller goes on spree after spree of just being a bad person, and they are like, yeah, we'll keep them in The Flash, and we're moving forward. And like everyone kind of called him on it. And I think because of the writer's strike, The Flash might be just like tabled now completely.
I thought it was already done.
No, it's done. It's coming out in June.
Is it?
I saw a trailer for it.
I
saw a trailer for it Monday, and it was like, hey, June something. And me and my friend Riley literally sat there and we were like, both of us were just like, okay, cool. Can't wait for it to be on HBO. Like,
yeah, release date June 16th, 2023.
Well, I just saw
everything.
Yeah, they're going pretty ham on making sure we all see Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a misleading article title then. They might just be done with Ezra Miller after the movie. Who knows?
That makes sense.
I think that's what I saw and misinterpreted.
You know what would be massive and amazing, and I would fucking love it? If they just were like, hey, Barry, bye-bye. And they brought Wally in.
Yeah, let Wally West show up.
He's the best Flash.
Yeah.
We already know
Agreed.
this.
I think it was a...
we had a whole episode over this.
Yeah.
We did. It was a genius political move. Not political, like PR move of... They saw the backlash of them continuing on. And so Jonathan Majors, like, gets credibly accused. And Marvel and Disney don't mess with their brand.
Yeah.
So they ditched him immediately after putting, like, a whole lot of stuff on him. Like this man fumbled one of the biggest bags.
No, for real.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
Also, don't abuse people. I don't know why I have to tell you that.
I think it goes out. You know what? I think if somebody is listening to our podcast, they're generally going to be a good person. So we don't have to say it. But also, just don't.
Just
don't.
Literally don't. And whatever fucking Ezra Miller did, don't do anything they did. That wasn't.
Don't like groom / kidnap someone / maybe
beat somebody up / assault.
Rob, just terrorize Hawaii. Like, don't do all that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
Anyway, you guys ready for a game? It's time for a game. This one's short. On Twitter recently, there's been a man taking over Twitter for his reviews of food in the shower. He is at Gazpacho Machine. So this is some food reviews. And based off the review, I want you guys, I want you people, you lovely people, to guess what the food was.
I can taste it already.
For those of you who don't know, if you eat food in the shower, it is more flavorful in general, supposedly. What? Yeah. Like that's why this sort of thing is a thing. Have you ever heard of like eating an orange in the shower?
No.
Yeah. Like apparently
I want to try this.
Apparently you get in a warm shower and whatever your food you're eating is more flavorful. And I can confirm this to a degree because I have, at points in my life, started to shower, put a whole lot of chocolate chips in my mouth, and then hopped in the shower. And it tastes better in there.
This is wild, and I cannot wait to test this.
Yeah. So I think that's why this started.
Interesting.
Was this person was like, I want to taste all the foods in the shower.
So this first food, I haven't had a bowl of blank in years. I put one of my favorite childhood cartoons on, and it reminded me of a simpler time. Before all of my disappointments. Remember, if you're always looking behind you, you won't see what's in front of you. 9 out of 10.
Now, do we have to guess the exact like brand?
No, you just have to
Okay,
guess
okay.
the food that he labeled.
And we're working together, right? Or are we against?
Yeah, you're
each-
working
okay.
together. Yeah.
That sounds like cereal to me.
That sounds like cereal to me. That was going to be my guess.
Okay, cereal.
Yeah, that's a point for both of you. It's cereal.
For
And I will
Team
send
Zelda.
the pictures in our group chat after we're done with the quiz.
Okay.
All right, next up.
Team Cordami.
Cordami is
For some reason, this was
Cordantha.
the most highly requested shower food review. Perhaps people wanted me to see me accidentally get it wet and have it dissolve like a sad raccoon, but I am not a raccoon. I am a man.
I've
4
got
out
my
of
guess.
10.
What do you think? What do you think?
It's cotton candy. I love those videos of raccoons trying to, because raccoons wash their food.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's
yeah.
a video of like they give a raccoon cotton candy and it goes to
It just
wash it in the
disappears.
stream and it dissolves and it's so sad and confused.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Cotton candy's correct. That's 2 points.
I'm a big food guy.
Large food man.
I tried to pick ones that had enough clues within the review that it wouldn't be too hard for
I
you.
definitely appreciate that.
All right. Next up, question number 3. Someone sent me $8 to eat this because the ladies will like it. I don't know what that means, but I took a few freestyle chomps and quickly realized how dangerous that would be for my teeth. So I pulled out my shower knife and went to town. 8 out of 10 for experts only.
I have no clue.
What do the ladies like that is dangerous without a knife?
I should be the expert, but I don't know.
Sammy, tell me.
Pineapple?
Oh, that makes
Ding,
sense.
ding, ding.
Yes! That was just a wild guess.
Women are powerful.
Hey, I got that women brain, you know what I'm saying? Shit, fuck.
Question
Oh, God,
number
Jesus
4
Christ.
of 6. I'll go ahead and tell you. There's only 3 more total.
Okay.
All right. These were spicy and a little messy, but the cold water cooled me down. I also need to cool down when people don't take me seriously. Life can be messy, but if you find the right person, they can help you clean it up. I hope I find that person one day. 6 out of 10.
These feel like buffalo wings to me.
Those are messy
And spicy.
and spicy.
I think I'm going to lock in wings.
I'm sorry, this is your first one wrong. It is, of course, the Blue Heat variety of Takis.
Oh.
They're not that messy. How are
I
you eating them
was-
wrong?
I was gonna say, oh my god.
Oh my word.
He had that shit all over his hand. What the fuck?
So when
I love it.
let's talk about this actually. This is important. When you are eating chips from a bag,
Uh-huh.
what is your grabbing technique?
First of all, I either roll up the bottom of the bag so it elevates the chip so I'm not like fisting the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I do a 2-finger pinch or sometimes 3-finger depending on the chip.
Okay.
I am a monster when I eat anything. To the point where I realized recently, if I trained, I probably could be a pretty good competitive eater because I already eat faster than anyone I've ever known. So my technique for chips is whole hand, pull out a whole hand and munch.
You're a maniac.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous of the free will spirit that you have.
I'm not that freewheeling. I do 2 fingers, but it is specifically thumb and middle finger to leave the index finger free for possible like usage.
Okay.
But it looks like this guy just completely like raw dogged it like Sammy, just full grip in there like a maniac.
Yeah. It's so good. Please, followers, go follow Gazpacho Machine if you're not already. It's worth it. It's so worth it. All right. Next up, things are really looking up. I'm feeling better than ever due to this, and this plate of blank was incredible in the shower. It just goes to show if you're nice to people and stay positive, good things can happen. Nothing is going to bring me down today. 9 out of 10. For this one, I'll give you the point if you get it wrong, and then I'll fill in that blank for you because it's a broader variety. So,
why do I want to say like pie?
I was thinking cake or ice cream. It feels desserty.
So I'll go ahead and fill in the blank for you because that was I'm feeling better than ever, and this plate of curry was incredible in the shower.
Oh no!
Wild.
So, if you want to guess the broader category,
spicy curry.
What would you, when you think of curry, what country do you think of?
I mean, Thai food.
Yeah.
Or India.
I'll give it to you. It's Indian food. The reply to this tweet was him having dropped the plate and it broke in the shower.
Incredible.
Oh my God.
And my favorite review. This one actually, so this is the review that made me find Gazpacho Machine on Twitter, and I was sitting in the grocery store bathroom cackling over this. This was the most shame I've ever felt in the shower. I'm worried even God won't forgive me for this one. My ex-girlfriend is moving out soon, and she saw me eating this. The look on her face said, I made the right choice. 7 out of 10.
Still a 7 out of 10, though?
Well, the food was good.
I mean, yeah, the food was incredible. What has that much controversy?
Oh God.
It feels like it might be less about the controversy and more about the, like, experience.
Yeah. Banana pudding.
Just thinking about a man eating a bowl of wet banana pudding while in a shower. It's so fucking incredible.
I really don't know what this is. Cordy Bordy Dordy.
Is this the one where he's eating crab legs?
Oh, good guess, but no.
Dang it.
It is, of course, a 5-pound sour gummy worm.
Oh, no.
I remember that one. I remember that one.
I was literally sitting in the Winn-Dixie bathroom, just like nearly shitting myself from laughter.
Because of Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was an actual store until I moved to Alabama, and now it's our main grocery store. I am sending all 6 of those to our group chat that we have right now, so you can look over it. Oh man, as much as I would love to eat some food in the shower, and you know what? I might go eat some food in the shower after this one, but there's something else I like to do in the shower even more, and that's listen to music.
Jerk off.
Specifically, no, I was thinking
My bad.
more specifically listen to Psychobilly Freak Out by the Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was also thinking that one.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do after this.
You know what else I like to do? Support podcasts that I enjoy, like this one. If you enjoyed it, so you can go on Spotify or Apple on Apple Podcasts and rate us 5 stars. Also, if you want to yell at us on Twitter, you can do that. But yeah, Twitter's dying.
Yeah. I'm still just distracted by the fact that Cordell said jerk off when I said what else do I like to do in the shower.
I feel weird about it. I feel strange.
Understandable.
But I'm gonna stand by it. I think that's the right move here.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly.
Is to like wholeheartedly own jerking off as the thing I like to do in the shower.
If you want to tell us,
if you want to email us about like the thing you like to do in the shower. Go ahead and email us at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com. I feel a lot of shame at that one. Some jokes aren't worth it. Some jokes aren't worth it.
As you should.
There is actually one more thing. I know Cordell's crying, but I'm going to talk about it while we're here. We do have TikTok. There's at least one TikTok up right now. It's from when we had our friend Hubson by Tirefield. And yeah, if you want to go follow us on TikTok, that's Junkhouse Pod on TikTok. We're gonna post some funny sheeshes.
Gonna do that.
But
our writers actually write the ending thing too.
Yeah. So,
see, I had an idea
every week.
I had an idea for the ending. I had a real idea, and leave this in. Don't edit this one out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I wondered if you guys noticed the new energy I brought to the show today.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Prove it.
He's just wearing underwear.
It's real.
Oh my
That's
God.
underwear. Oh my.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
The energy was so different.
You did feel looser and freer in a very nice way, you know?
It's summer.
Not
it's
as
no
loose
pants
as-
time.
Not as loose as Cordell's butthole.
From all the jerking off in the shower.
Well, as we say every week. Vanessa.
It's a psychobilly freak out!